Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the August 11th Historic Board meeting. We have one hearing on the agenda this evening, and then we will move on to other business after the hearing. So we will kick it off with the hearing. The hearing is DLHD 26-10, 100 Market Street. And so the representative for that project, I asked to go to the podium and give your name and address. And
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you for having us here. My name is Autumn Kleiner. I'm the Senior Development Manager over at Project Learn and also the Staff Coordinator for Art Up Lowell. On behalf of Art Up Lowell, Project Learn is proud to submit this application for Lumen Legacy by Allison Human, which, pending all necessary approvals, we hope to have installed in September of this year. This is a highly anticipated project, and it's going to be the 20th mural by Art Up Lowell, which is a really exciting milestone for our project and our organization and our little team here. Our team is thrilled to have this piece in such a prominent location in downtown. It's going to be celebrated by community members, visitors, festival goers. I'm very excited because I live at 201 Canal and I walk through there every morning on my way to Project Learn, so I cannot wait to take a peek at it. Lumen Legacy is going to be installed directly facing the Market Mills and aligns with Miko Kaufman's Homage to Women sculpture, which is located directly across from the wall in the park. Both pieces are a tribute to Lowell's mill girls and pay respect to Lowell's 19th century history and the contributions these women made to the prosperity of the city. This piece is also going to serve as a strategic point between some of our Art Up murals that you all may know, such as Dream Hunt Make over on Middlesex Community College, the Derby Street murals, Rayo Feliz, and linking those up to the ones on the TDI district, such as El Sonido Mi Patria, Sophia's mural, another one of my favorites, and the Bee. We're really excited for this project. This project wouldn't be possible without all of you, without our partners at the city, and of course, our award that we got through the ARPA Public Art Program a few years ago. We are so excited for the support of our community and adding this new piece to the Art Up Lowell legacy and continuing this mission and marketing it and just being a part of this amazing Lowell cultural legacy. So thank you all very much for having us tonight, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
okay, thank you for that. What we'll do is we're going to go to a public hearing, so we'll let people speak for, against, and then we'll get to a question and answer with the board.
Sounds
Okay.
like a plan.
So thank you.
Of course.
So at this time, I'd like to invite anyone to the podium who wants to speak in favor of the project. And just please give your name in the speaker, just so this microphone is just with the TV broadcast in the room. So
Sure. My name is Ellen Kazaza. I'm the mural curator for Art Up Lowell. I also own Curation 250, a local gallery here in Lowell. We put so much time and effort into the muralist selection for this project. We're really blown away by this muralist. As much as we would love to have, and we actually do work with many, many local artists on these projects, but I think if Lowell wants to establish itself as a world-class art destination, we have to continue to bring in these world-class artists. And this is a Filipino artist from Oakland, California. She has done work for Adobe, Estee Lauder, the NBA, Norwegian Cruise Lines, Forever 21. Her resume is just so beyond impressive. So I would be thrilled to see this mural here. We went through a lot of other artists. We looked at their designs, and they just weren't quite right for this location. And we were very mindful of the space of Miko Kaufman's Homage to Women. We just felt like it really needed to be a female artist in this space. And we were being mindful of the 1 or 2 foot border of the edge. And I knew this muralist's work has kind of a seamless edge, she does very colorful, layered work, magical pieces. And it just seemed to fit with the location, with the historic board requirements. And it's just beyond beautiful. Paying homage to our mill girls here. but in a very, very contemporary way. So thank you again for your time.
Great, thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Peter Crew, Office of Cultural Affairs and Special Events for the City of Lowell. We've been working with the RDEP team on quite a number of these mural projects now. Just endorsing the project from the city's perspective. We're working with the manager's office. From our end, the application meets all of the requirements, and we're looking forward to bringing more public art to the city. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, just a formality, any opposition to this? Okay, with no opposition, I open it up to the board for any questions. Any questions from the board? And I'll just start, I know, this will be affixed. How will it be affixed to the space? How is it going to be attached directly on? Okay. Thank you.
I should add, she's going to prime and seal coat it.
I don't really have any other comments except, yeah, I think it's a great piece of work and very dreamy, and I think it'll fit the space nicely. Thank you.
I don't have any questions either. Just a few comments. I think the location selected for the mural is appropriate. It's on the angled portion of the building, and I think both the location and the scale of the mural don't obscure or detract from the historical architecture of the building. And it's veneer brick, we're told, so that, painting it isn't going to lead to any deterioration. So I'm for the project.
Thank you.
I agree. I think it's great. I think, a garage, not the most attractive building ever. And so I think anything that we can do to sort of add value to our municipal buildings is important. I think we've been really lucky to see a number of really impressive murals going on private property. But, having the opportunity for the city itself to participate in this program with our own property and like being a part of this, I think is a really great opportunity for us. So I love the location. I think it's going to be a really standout kind of location. I do appreciate Alan's comments related to, being thoughtful about the location and the style and how it relates to the area that it'll be in. But just like fundamentally, I think anything we can do to improve a garage is a benefit to the city.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, I have here in front of me the mural policy that we made in 2021. And I'm just thinking that it's been a few years since we made this policy, and it's been a few years of this mural project. And I think it's going really well. I feel really great about the policy that we came up with that lets us figure out how to let there be this really bold art in the city, but also protects, as is our obligation, the historic board also protects historic buildings and makes clear, what you can put a mural on, what we need to be more thoughtful about. And I think, to me, it's a really good example of success of like what we as this board can do about finding a way to make some clear rules that everybody can understand, make sure that they're fairly and consistently applied to everybody, and make it so that people can have these cool ideas and can work on these really cool things, and don't get to a point where they have something that they're really, really excited about and they have everything lined up, but then we have to be the ones to say no. That's the worst thing that can happen. I hate when we have to do that. And I think because we have this nice, clear policy now, I think it is really helpful that we can just be like, well, the building is this and this, and it isn't this and this. And it's just really easy, I think, to collaborate together and be able to do cool things, but also protect the historic buildings and the historic feel of the city. Yeah, I really couldn't be happier about how that's going.
Thank you, Aurora. Any other questions from the board? Okay, I'll close the question and answer process. I just have a question for Steve. Do we have a particular motion for this, or is this a standard motion that we would make if we were to?
It would be the standard motion in the notes for the meeting and the standard conditions.
Okay.
Unless you feel free to add anything else, that's what the norm has been.
No, I think we're ready to put this to a vote. I'd look for a motion on this initiative.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this project, conditional upon approval of the final mural specifications, including but not limited to dimensions and materials, as well as review and approval of any final installation details, including but not limited to any proposed interpretive signage and any scope of work alterations prior to commencement of work.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passes. Okay, great. So moving on, Steve, we have enforcement actions, administrative report, and then board member items and inquiries. So,
Let's see here. You may have seen some work going on downtown, various painting projects and such, and as I noted here, we have a few of them that have wrapped up at 16 Merrimack and 169 Merrimack. 101 Central's ongoing right now. I was down there Thursday last week, just double checking color placement and whatnot. So we're getting that building back up to how it should be looking after, the pandemic, when we kind of let that go a little bit because the bridge was closed and all of that. And now we're getting that back up with the new owner. He's been great to work with. Let's see. One thing I did want to pass around. We have the new open and close signs are going to be printed very soon. The prior batch seemed to delaminate and kind of disintegrate in the UV. So these are much sturdier on the PVC and laminate. So those, they should last quite a long time. And, we'll go around replacing the ones that failed, and these will be the new ones, much sturdier. And I've shown them a couple of businesses already, the Pizzelle Bakery and the people at Fuse, the new owners there, and they love them. So they'll be getting them
what
soon.
do you think you have deployed out there?
Now, 30, 40 of them maybe. We always have some in reserve because, people like taking them sometimes if they close their business and they move, they take the sign with them. But no, this goes back to probably 1989. It's probably one of the board's earliest outreach programs. So we've just kept it going through various iterations over the years. And so that's being, using the board's application fee account for those. The same with the consultant to do the Community Preservation Act building descriptions, not the entire restriction, just the building descriptions. So those will get underway soon for the 6 buildings that currently are having their restrictions created and then vetted by Mass Historical Commission. And then finally, the Lowell Sun sign work is proceeding right along. We posted a lot on that. Some really scary photos last week of the gentleman up on the S standing there at the top as he's putting in LEDs, and we're hoping that's going to be lit by the end of the month. I'm reaching out to Middlesex Community College about doing a really quick 10-minute thing in their parking lot at dusk one night with a fake button and, little event to turn it on, but it will be on for testing, and then it'll go dark again till we have this brief, recognition acknowledgement event.
Yeah,
So that's really about all I have.
it's exciting. It'll be lit before fall. Yeah.
George was up there.
The building is beautiful. Just the architecture, it's just that whole building is a work of art. There's a lot of mosaic tiles
In the lobby.
that look like suns, and then the woodcraft work and the stairway kind of spirals up. Right, really is a beautiful constructed and designed building back from that period when architecture mattered.
And he has the only solid theory I've ever heard as to why the signs are red and green.
Right, and so I believe it ties back to being a nautical theme, right? And so you have port and starboard, and so your port side is red and your starboard side would be green, right? Which is land and ocean. And so the
And this-
green sign actually faces due east, and the red sign faces due west. So I'm putting my money on port and starboard.
Because the colors have no relationship to the historical Lowell Sun logos or anything.
Yeah,
That's only, and we're up on the roof and we're like, this makes sense. Anyway,
yes, okay. Getting back to enforcement actions, what is your oldest one you feel you have? Do you have any that are long-term issues, or?
just the Saab building, and that's changed hands. It should have changed hands Friday, and, I have an understanding with the new owner that he's going to get right on this systematically to address the maintenance needs there, because the prior owner was just not performing. So that's the one, yeah.
Sure, that's good to hear.
And then there's some things upcoming now. Tomorrow, I'm back to the Hildreth building to look at some samples up on the scaffold again. And at that point, I'm going to go around to where Trends was at 19 Merrimack, because both myself and the lead health commissioner are issuing on some minimum maintenance and other things in his purview on that one. And the owner has gotten back to me and said, they've started. Can you help address what still has to be done? And I'm going to go down, take a few photos. Yep, you still have hit this. But that's a recent one, and they're working with us. So they're not ignoring us like the Saab did.
Okay, and it's nice to hopefully forge a new partnership with the Saab owner. Any questions from the board? No issues, okay. With that being said, motion to adjourn.
Second.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, and we'll see you in September.